keep on winning. And if his semi-final performance is anything to go by, well, it could be a tough night for his opponent, Mahmudali GASIMZADA from Azerbaijan, as Prima was supreme in his semi-final. A unanimous decision against Bayrak of Turkey, and a fight during which he had the utmost control throughout all 3 rounds, all 6 minutes of the bout. The result was never in doubt from the word go. And it was, much like we've just seen, it was just a fighter that was far better in terms of the caliber and boxing quality that he possessed in his locker in that semi-final. This man has made a big splash though, the Azerbaijani. Mahmudali GASIMZADA beating the reigning champion Daniel Giuliano from Romania 4-1 in the semi-final. Giuliano, who was very much, as you would expect as a reigning champion, a favourite to come here and repeat the feat once again. Here in Tbilisi, Georgia, but he had real speed and clinical timing in his attacks with GASIMZADA in the semi-final. And a really impressive victory at EUBC, European Schoolboys champion as well, winner of the Montenegro Cup. And he was down as one of the other favourites for this tournament, the Azerbaijani, and he cemented that favourite status with that semi-final victory. This is going to be a really interesting bout because both of these two fighters, as we've seen already from the men's category and with obviously the women's earlier today, very quality fighters, particularly over these 2-minute 3 rounds of action. And there's a big Azerbaijani support contingent just on the far side of the ring, up in the back of the stands. There's about 3 or 4 flags just being waved, and GASIMZADA will have plenty of support behind him, I'm sure. And I'm sure there's quite a few neutrals that just want to see the Russian dominance of their bouts this evening perhaps put to an end, as once again the Russians at least handing out the pennants once more. The sporting nature of their pre-fight ritual, perhaps giving a false sense of security to their opponents in the men's category as we get round 1 underway. 2 minutes of bantamweight action in the final. And the Russian is quick to try and throw a couple of 1-2s, and the Azerbaijani fighter GASIMZADA just looking to go downstairs as his first initial attack and step forward. Bantam PRIMA goes downstairs as well, and they both exchange the same blows, and they're both really swinging at each other in such a ferocious manner, but they're both throwing the exact same punches and mirroring each other in the first 30 seconds pretty much. The referee asking for a little bit of space before he restarts, and the Russian PRIMA comes over the top with the left hand, as does the Azerbaijani fighter in blue. And they lock up again. It's a nice blow just to the top of the forehead. May have been slightly on the top of the head, in fact, from Bantam PRIMA there. So he tries to lead with the left. He's just caught as he stepped in, and GASIMZADA looks to reply. Goes low with the body with the left hand, then comes upstairs and tries to get something with the right round the side of their head, but that's well blocked off by the Russian. He was just caught there, though, by a right hook. Quick 1-2 from the Azerbaijani fighter, but PRIMA once more comes back with a right hand of his own before he has to duck away and clench up, because both of these fighters are really dangerous with the shots that they're throwing. There's a great awareness, you feel, from both fighters of the impact that the other can make, and they're quick to try and step away and guard up when they have the opportunity after they've thrown the shots that they want to throw.
It's an interesting opening round. I thought in the first minute of it, PRIMA found his range a bit better than GASIMZADA. Kept it a little bit more on the outside with that 1-2, that big left hand in particular. But in the second minute, GASIMZADA's moved his upper body a bit more and managed to get his feet a bit closer. But he walked onto a 1-2 there. Good round, good round. Not much in it. I would go red corner Russia myself.
I think the judges are seeing it that way as well. There's 1-9-10 in favour of GASIMZADA, but the other 4 are going 10-9s to the Russian Bantam PRIMA. And you can understand why, as you say, in the first minute or so, it was slightly more solid in his status in the fight, but GASIMZADA is a great speed when he does throw the quick 1-2. I mean, both of them are throwing very fast punches. And it wouldn't have surprised me, to be honest, if that first round had been more of a split, because I wouldn't necessarily say that Bogdan PRIMA was in complete control of that.
He definitely wasn't in complete control of it. I would agree. I would agree. GASIMZADA's problem is that PRIMA's got that height and reach on him, and in the second minute of that round, he did get to grips more, GASIMZADA, with we're getting close enough so that he could land. But what PRIMA's good at is taking his feet out. So with GASIMZADA, what he might have to do is go for 2 phases of attack. If he pushes him once and pushes PRIMA back, he might have to go again, which he did there. Didn't get too much success with it, but I think that might be what he has to do. One initial phase might not be quite enough.
Goes looking down to the body. Once again, GASIMZADA just gets tagged there with a quick right hand from PRIMA. He came straight up the middle and just knocked that head back. It's so obvious when you get really caught with one of those quick jabs, because you do see the head just rock back slightly as GASIMZADA goes swinging for the fences with a right hand that came fast around the side, but PRIMA was able to dodge away from it just for the moment. Goes low again to keep his opponent honest. PRIMA just flicking that right hand around the head. Body blow from the Russian there just as they got in close and clenched up. He's able to drive something into the gut of his opponent. Neat 1-2. At least one of those, the left hand in particular, certainly seemed to connect with PRIMA.
That was some good work, that, from GASIMZADA, because he landed the 1-2 as he did there, then just rolled out, and that's absolutely key, because a few times he's thrown a decent 1-2 and then he stood there and kind of admired his own work, and he's caught a punch back from PRIMA, but he's right on the borderline of range here, and he got in there with a good straight right hand, but he's got to keep moving his head.
Yeah, it was a lovely right hand. PRIMA able to fight back with a right hand of his own as GASIMZADA seemed to duck down, trying to get away from something over the top, and he ducked right into it. Another right just catches him in the face. A little right jab from the Russian. That's a right hook coming back the other way, though, from GASIMZADA that catches the Russian round the side of the head. Azerbaijani fighter certainly has had a better mobility at evading the Russian during this second round. In the final 10 seconds now, again, PRIMA swinging in air 3 times.
This is a good round for GASIMZADA from where I'm sitting. I think he's boxed well in that round, and he needs to get himself back on the scoreboard there with the scorecards. We'll see in a sec if he's got any real joy there with the judges. It was a PRIMA round in the first round, and Bogdan PRIMA's got it across the board there, 10-9 to the second round. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, it's surprising. I didn't necessarily think that GASIMZADA got tagged too hard at all or too cleanly, and the majority of the shots that did land were PRIMA's head rocking back after them. There was a couple of jabs. There were a few right hands from Bogdan PRIMA that certainly caught, but GASIMZADA had better combinations as well in that round.
Yeah, he's unlucky there. He's unlucky. He boxed well that round, as I said. He got onto the borderline of range. He was taking his feet close enough to land, but then he was moving his head. He was rolling out nicely. He wasn't standing there and admiring his own punching. It's not that PRIMA didn't have success. He wasn't schooled in that round. He did have some success, but I thought that was a clear enough round for the blue corner, but he hasn't got it.
So we go into round 3 with the scorecard heavily weighted against the Azerbaijani fighter. As he goes down to the body with a right left and then comes up with a right as well up top. PRIMA, though, still swinging himself. Another good shot, but PRIMA comes back with 2 very good body shots there. His head was down a little too low. They're both at times gone looking for the body, more than a lot of other fighters we've seen so far in the afternoon and evening session now here in Georgia. Straight right from GASIMZADA, trying to find a way through those big paws in red of the Russian. A little tag with the right jab from PRIMA. Again, another combination, but no real way through those hands that time for GASIMZADA. The last minute or so in this final round. That defence has been quite tight from PRIMA too. The hands are tough to break through when they're up, and he's able to batter his way with 2 right hands through the defences of GASIMZADA.
Nice right to the body there from Prima. When he throws that, he throws it well because he leans in, then he gives himself just a little bit of room and just stabs it right into the pit of the stomach. Good left hand there from GASIMZADA. Not much in this round, as you've been saying. There's been a lot of gloves and forearms hit. It's pretty even.
Nice little 1-2 though there from the Azerbaijani fighter as Prima stepped back and away, trying to get some space. Last 10 seconds of the final round. Right hand doesn't really connect. Now just lunging forward, GASIMZADA, and that will be the bell at the end of the third and final round. And I don't think there's anything in there to tempt the judges the other way as Prima looks set to continue with the Russian dominance here in Tbilisi in all of the finals that they've participated in so far this Sunday. I thought he was really good, Prima, in the first round, and I thought he was probably good enough there in that last round without doing anything too special. And it's only that middle round that has gone his way, when perhaps on another night it could have gone to the Azerbaijani fighter in the end. But probably overall just about the right result.
Yeah, he's going to get this, and I've got no big issue with it. Just the scoring of the second round, I thought that was quite a clear round for GASIMZADA. They were both pretty spent heading into the final stages of that third round. They put an enormous amount into it. It was a good fight.
Unanimous decision is a boxer from red corner, Bantam, Russia.
There's a few boos from the crowd, and there's a fair few boos coming from the Azerbaijani fans up in the back, but Bogdan Prima is the winner of the bantamweight final here in Georgia at the EUBC Junior Boxing Championships. The night will continue. If we're going to the same pattern as the women's event, I imagine we've got some medal ceremonies up next, because we've had 5 of the 13 bouts so far in the evening session. And so far, 4 of the gold medals have gone to Russia.
You look at the scores in the final round there, it's split. There's 3 for Prima and 2 for GASIMZADA. It was a close round, and there's 3 scores of 29-28, which is 2 rounds to 1 in favour of Bogdan, and all 3 of those judges gave him the second round, which I wouldn't have done. So if that had gone the other way, those 3 would all have been turned around. So ifs, buts and maybes, but that was a close fight. It was a good fight, and as you say, Russia continue their dominance. It's not unheard of in these junior competitions, not by